Hi, my name is Marielle Fernback and this is my cast leader video for the butter pump assembly. Today I'm going to be taking you through how to build the butter pump, reassemble it, and why all of the parts of the butter pump are very important to everyone. So I hope you enjoy this video. Let's get started. Alright, so today I am going to be showing Isabel how to properly assemble a butter pump and reassemble a butter pump. Okay, so this is what the finished product is going to look like. Here is a fully assembled butter pump. So this is exactly what we want to get here, okay? Let me put that back. Alright, so let's begin. We have all the pieces right here in front of us. I'm going to build the butter pump first while you watch, and I will explain each piece, and then it'll be your turn.
Okay.
Alright, so let's get started. The first piece we're going to pick up here is this little metal tube, alright? This piece is very important. What we're going to do is we're going to take this little white piece. As you can see, there is a little hole on this side and a little hole on this side. One hole is bigger than the other. We look at this little piece here, see how there's a lip at the top? We're going to want to put the hole, the smaller hole in first, just like this, okay? This is called a spacer, all right? Next, we're gonna take this other silver tube. It has no lips on it, so it can be put on this tube either way, and we're gonna put it in like that. See how it stays held with the little lip here? So right now we have 3 pieces in here. Okay, we're gonna put this down, and we're going to pick up this piece, all right? So this piece is kind of the base foundation for where the spring goes to pump the butter. One thing people really forget is the little black washer. This must go on top of this and down, okay? Now, one of the most important parts is our spring. Okay, the spring gets put on right like that, all right? So we have some spring action there, okay? So we're gonna take the part that we put down earlier, this part here, and what we're going to do is we're going to put it right on top of the spring, just like that. See how when we push down, the little screw-on part comes out the top? This is exactly what we want, all right? Now we need something to screw it onto, so we're going to take this little screw here, it's like a little collar, and we're going to put it right on top. See how it sits perfectly? And next we need something to pump with, so we need a handle, right? So we're going to push down, and we're going to screw the handle right on top there, just like that. Excellent, so we have this right here, okay? Next, we're gonna put this piece down, and we're going to start on something else. So we're gonna take this silver piece here. It has 2 little balls inside of it in each compartment. It's kind of like the neck of the butter pump. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this O-ring here, the bigger O-ring, and we're going to put it right on top of the bigger circle. Right there, okay? Next, this is another very important piece. We have a little silver piece, which I like to call the top hat. And we always wear a top hat like this, so we're going to put the top hat in, top hat up. All right, that goes in this little piece right here. You can't forget the little O-ring. So the little O-ring goes right on top of the top hat, just like that. Alright, so it should look like this. Okay, next we're going to take this big long tubey piece, and a lot of times people have trouble attaching this piece to here. So what I like to tell new people is that this part, it kind of looks like 2 ears, okay? So it kind of looks like the top of a bear's head. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold this piece in our hand like that, and put the bear ears up, and twist it on so it locks. Okay? There's little grooves that you can lock it into, and it just locks like that. All right. Next, we're going to take the butter pump neck, which is what the butter comes out of when we put it on the popcorn, and we're going to insert it into right here and just turn it. Okay? See how it locks in place? Locks in place. Awesome. Now what we have, it kind of looks like the skeleton of a butter pump. We have to add the top. So what we're going to do is we're going to feed it through this hole here. Bring it down to the top. Now it's a little bit unsteady, so you have to be careful when holding it. And we're going to attach this little silver collar here, just down here, and we're going to screw it right on. Excellent. Now we're going to take this part that we had earlier, And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it in this hole here, push down, and screw it on. All right, there we go, a working butter pump. Now, something I really want to mention to you is that it is very important that we have all the pieces in the butter pump in order to make sure we are giving the guests the correct amount of butter. Very important. If we're missing certain pieces, the amount of butter could come out wrong. If we're missing pieces, butter might not come out at all. Guests are paying a lot of money for their butter and they expect top quality. So we have to be sure that everything's in working order and built correctly so that they get what they're paying for, all right? It also affects our inventory. So here we like to call butter liquid gold because it is such an expensive, high-cost product, all right? So in order to make sure that we aren't paying too much or paying too little or whatever, we have to make sure the correct amount of butter is coming out when we make the recipe, okay? So we have to keep in mind wastage and inventory control as well when we build the pumps, all right? Yeah, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to take this apart and you are going to try building it. Okay. And we'll see how that goes. All right, so now it's your turn to build the butter pump, but we're going to make things interesting and I'm going to take away the little white spacer, okay? So we're going to see how that impacts your butter pump. All right. Now let's try and put this piece on. So there we go. Already it's not working, look at that. See? So this little piece is very, very important because it determines the amount of product that comes out, okay? So it wouldn't be accurate. So this would affect our inventory control. It would also affect the recipe, so guests might be getting too little or too much butter. And also it doesn't even fit on the pump correctly, so we don't want that. All right, so that is a good example of why every single little piece matters, okay? Now we're gonna try it again, but we're going to take away a different piece this time, all right? This time I'm going to remove this little top hat piece. All right, so let's see what happens when we remove this piece. Okay, now let's put it to the test. It seems normal, right? Okay, let's put it to the test. Okay, so I have filled this butter pump here up with some water and we're going to put it to the test and see if any product comes out, okay? All right, look at that. Without this piece here, no product comes out of the butter pump and we're not able to serve guests the butter they want. So this really demonstrates the importance of every little piece within the butter pump and why we have to know how to build it properly. Isn't that cool? Yeah. All right, so that was awesome. To complete your training, let's build the butter pump one more time, but this time with everything in it. And now you can serve it to the guest with the correct recipe, the right amount of butter, and the right amount of happiness. Here you go.
Wow, thank you so much.